You are sitting in the best season house, and we are thrilled to join you. Hello, buddy, Chris Fly, alongside my good friend Skylar Johnson. He's bringing the home opener of the men's Knights basketball team. Southern Virginia taking on the Wildcats off Randolph College. Skylar, great to have you. It's great to have basketball back in Buena Vista.
Absolutely. Energy from the girls' basketball game was amazing. Knights getting the win. Looking forward to this awesome match between your Southern Virginia Knights and Randolph Wildcats.
If you missed it just earlier, the Southern Virginia women's basketball team beating the Bridgewater College Eagles to the tune of 96-82. The men's team looking to take on the women's success and coming to this game against the Wildcats hot. Had a slow start to their season so far, 0-2 on the season, last loss to Albertus Magnus in a tournament early in their season. This is a new young team, a new young head coach in Adam Warrenberg. Exciting stuff here at the barn.
Absolutely, looking forward to it. Like you said, slow start in tournament play to begin. Home opener should be big. Looking forward to it.
Wildcats coming to this game 0-1 so far in their 2019-2020 campaign. They last lost to the Pride of Greensboro College 63-76. Are also picked 8th in the preseason poll in the ODAC. And Southern Virginia coming into this game looking to prove to the CAC and the world that they belong. Of course, on the court for the Knights, number 1, Jameer Cross. Jameer Cross, one of the best scorers in all of NCAA Division III and the CAC. Joining him, Trey Dill and Sam Armstrong are the returns, and some new faces for the Southern Virginia Knights. Capping it off, number 55, Bryce Harris, and also joining him, Ricky Stafford. We talked about Ricky Stafford before the game. You had a lot to say about the young freshman.
Absolutely. Looking forward to the play of the guard, number 5, Ricky Stafford. Opener of the game, had 22 points. Clutch 4-point play at the end of the game. Looking forward to the way he'll handle the rock and take it to the rim today. Quick bucket by Randolph.
Randolph strike first blood. That was Brian Smith, 5'11" senior, putting one on the board for the Wildcats. Turnover by SVU gives Randolph another chance at it. Skylar, coming to this game, you had some stats on some players from Randolph, the heaviest hitters they've had so far in the season, and Justin Dula being one of those players.
Justin Dula led the team last year in rebounds, looking to be more of a scorer this year, as well as handling stuff on the glass, as well as you just saw with the layup. Brian Smith averaged 12 points for the Wildcats last year. They'll be looking to him to score all night, shooting majority of the three-pointers for the Wildcats as well.
Dula not getting up to the greatest start just there, turns it back over to the Southern Virginia Knights. 2-0 game, Randolph leading. Trey Dill gives it up for Ricky Stafford. One shot picked up by Dill. That one blocked by Justin Dula.
A little bit of an awkward shot there from Jameer. Didn't get it to fall. Quick offensive rebound by number 3, Trey Dill. Couldn't quite get his shot to go. Looked like a little contact. Ref let him play.
Trey Dill gets it up, not able to get it in. Here come the Wildcats, led by Brian Smith. Carrying the ball now, though, Jerry Goodman. Jerry Goodman, sophomore from Suffolk, Virginia. Formerly playing at Portsmouth Christian High School. Blocked down low by big Bryson Harris. It'll stay with the Wildcats.
Great defensive effort right there by number 55, Bryson Harris. Unfortunate bounce right there for the Knights, as Randolph will take it under the basket.
Referee just having a word about that last call, but now with this little break, Bryson Harris getting the block. Bryson Harris also one of the new faces for Southern Virginia. He brandishes the number 55, 6'8" freshman, weighing 260 pounds, from Coventry, Connecticut. Prides himself as a post player.
Uses the body in the post to get great positioning and secure rebounds. Averaging 12 points in just the first 2 games, about 40 minutes a game. Looking to provide that post support the Knights need to complement the many guards that we do have. Not sure what the refs are talking about right now.
Official came over to the scorer's table asking for a replay just to look over. Unfortunately, here at KSN, we don't have replay just yet. Those of you watching at home have more replay than we do here. You go back, press that little red dot on the bottom of the screen, pull it back, and get a look for yourself. It will belong to Randolph College, however. They throw it in. Ball now with Zach Hinton. That's a quick three. Rebound, Stafford.
Ricky Stafford looking to push the pace here, handles that ball really well after getting that good defensive rebound.
Stafford. Goodman guarding. Taken away, Dula. No foul call on the play. They'll say Justin Dula tripped over his own feet, and head coach Pete Hamilton of Randolph irate with that last call.
Great defense right there by Jameer on the run by, forcing the stumble. Little contact, but no call.
Taken back away, that by Goodman. So in the end of it, they get the 2 points they had. 4-0. Here in the
This
first
is
half.
some intense ball pressure we're seeing right now from Jerry Goodman on Ricky Stafford. Relentless right now, forcing him to take every move carefully. Oh, awesome shot right there from number 3, Trey Hill.
Tough taken by Dill. Puts it in. Looking for some contact on that last shot. Easy three. Zach Hinton.
Zach Hinton's the senior out of Manassas, squares up for that wide open 3, knocks it down with ease, gives it a 7-2 lead.
15 seconds on the shot clock. Ball with Jameer Cross. Push call on Zach Hinton.
Senior with a little off-ball contact right there. Sends number 4, Sam Armstrong, sliding across the court.
Great work by Armstrong to draw that foul. Sam Armstrong, senior guard, standing at 6 foot tall from right here in Buena Vista, Virginia. Decided not to move too far away from home to attend college. Draws the foul there. Stafford to throw in for the Knights. Still with the Knights. Armstrong's 3. Falls to Hinton. Quick shot coming. That'll fall. That's Brian Smith, senior from Dumfries, Virginia. Puts the Wildcats up by 8.
Brian Smith not one to shy away from three-point shots right there. Makes the Knights pay.
Armstrong can't respond, but the Knights get the offensive rebound. Jameer Cross pulls it back out. Looking for that offense. Double dribble on Jameer Cross. And now in for the game, Aaron Levitt, freshman from Orem, Utah. He comes in for Bryson Harris. Skylar, we take a look at this Knights roster. A lot of fresh faces, a lot of freshmen, and a lot of transfer students. So you have to think the learning curve has to be a little greater than maybe a team with more seniors.
Absolutely, and on top of that, you got a brand new coach in Adam Wardenberg who has proved to be successful here at Southern Virginia, but is new to the men's program, looking to build off his success he had as the women's coach last year after, of course, their historic season.
I was just about to say, if the head name Adam Wardenberg rings a bell, because Adam Wardenberg was the head coach of the women's program last year here at Southern Virginia, led them to their historic 21-6 season. He takes the helm of the men's program. Looking to have the same success here.
And with that, number 21, CJ Loving, takes it to the rack, draws contact, right-handed on the left side of the rim, takes it in for that and one, looking to make it a three-point play right here.
Rolls in for CJ Loving, the junior from Madison Heights, Virginia. Puts the Wildcats up by 11, 13-2. Ricky Stafford. That one blocked by Dula. Here come the Wildcats. Easy take in by C.J. Loving.
Another great move with that pump fake hesitation leading to that easy bucket. Makes it a 13-point lead for the Wildcats.
Dill. That'll fall. Trey Dill.
Trey Dill squares up. Full confidence on that three-pointer. Knocks it down. All the offense right now coming from Trey for the Knights.
Wildcats can't respond with the three of their own. They sub on some players that maybe can do it. Brian Smith coming off. And A.J. Marshall coming on. At media timeout on the floor, score stands. Randolph College 15, Southern Virginia Knights 5. Right now, Randolph getting things to fall on the offensive side, improving their defensive stout.
Absolutely. Executing their offense, not doing anything special besides knocking down open threes. We see both Brian Smith and C.J. Loving, two of the top scorers for Randolph, both with 5 points, both shooting super well.
Coaching staff for Southern Virginia, again made up by head coach Adam Waterberg, assisting him, new assistant coach, Daniel Ray, stepping in. So a brand new coaching staff for Southern Virginia. Not so much the case for the Randolph College Wildcats. Pete Hamilton graduated from Randolph in 2011. He's in his 4th season as head coach. He is assisted by David Miller, Cam Shepard, Charles Hudson, and also Ben Roberts as a student assistant coach. Southern Virginia make their way back onto the floor. No new faces, except for number 2, Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones, a junior from Atlanta, Georgia, formerly playing at Dunwoody High School. And immediately the Knights start off with Jones. Jones with the drive. He'll get fouled on the play. Send Quincy Jones to the line to shoot 2. Foul call on A.J. Marshall. So the junior from Lake Mary, Florida, puts up the first foul for the Randolph College Wildcats.
Quincy Jones being very aggressive. Hasn't taken a lot of shots this year in the first 2 games. Looking to be aggressive this year in the home opener.
Quincy Jones came into the Southern Virginia program last January, January of this year, rather. Second semester in the Knights 2018-19 campaign. Brand new head coach Adam Wardenberg looking to use the talents of Quincy Jones and others to have great success in this season. Also checking in for the Knights was Calvin, freshman from Longmont, Colorado. Marshall. Easy drive and lay-in for A.J. Marshall. Crosses drive. That one doesn't find its way in. A.J. Marshall brings it down. Here come the Wildcats. That'll 3-0 fall. That's Evan Mackel.
Full confidence right there. Cannot leave a shooter like Evan Mackel open, wide open, because he'll take that every time. Makes the Knights pay. Extends their lead 20-6.
Easy turnover by the Knights. Skyler, it seems Southern Virginia just having a hard time getting what they want to do on offense down.
Absolutely hard pressure on the ball coming from Randolph, forcing us not to be able to get into the sets we want, forcing us to focus on working on moving that ball, going into the rest of this first period.
Another deep three by Evan McKell forces Coach Adam Wardenberg to take a timeout. 23-6 is the score right now in the first half. Randolph College leading. Skylar, right now, like we just mentioned, Southern Virginia have a hard time getting their offense started. And Randolph College coming out of the gate strong on the offensive side.
It's almost the same thing we saw last game, just on the opposite end. Randolph coming out shooting, coming out running, coming out knocking down easy layups in their 5-out offense. We need to focus on hedging on screens and paying attention to who we got. We cannot give up easy layups in the lane like that. Randolph doing a great job. Smart move by Wardenberg to call that timeout right there.
Southern Virginia already 6 turnovers on the game, compared with the numbers of Randolph with 3. Southern Virginia in that timeout, looking to tighten up the bolts before the padding just gets too much. Aaron Levitt to bring the ball in. Ricky Stafford, they'll give it back to the Knights. Goes off the hands of A.J. Marshall.
We are seeing intense pressure by all 5 defenders on Randolph. Picking up man full court, forcing everything to be well thought of. No lacks at all.
Armstrong draws the foul. Send him to the line to shoot 2.
That is an impressive move by Sam Armstrong. Hitting him with the fake, getting him in the air, jumping into contact, getting to the line. That is impressive. That is a way to slow down the game, and that is a way to put points on the board very simply.
Senior Sam Armstrong showing his basketball IQ on that last play. Fouling him was a freshman, Justin Lowe. His first foul of the game. 2 free throws underway for Southern Virginia. First one rattles in for Armstrong. Second one.
Knights really got to make sure they're taking care of the business at the line, getting every point they can, especially in a game like this, down so much.
Putting it back up and in, Justin Lowe. Bryson Harris down to the post. That one off the glass.
You could see Bryson calling for the ball. He knew he could get that done on the post, and he did. Quick traveling call right there on number 11, Tyron Hairston. Knights need to take advantage of the momentum they're building right now.
Great work down a low block by Bryson Harrison. Randolph left him alone, only one man on. Going to sink that every time. Interesting fact about Bryson Harris. Most players, most big men in college, would like to be listed as a forward. Bryce Harris prefers to be listed as a center. That's where he prefers to play. But let it be known, Bryson Harris, 6'8" freshman, sir, you are a center. Turnover, Southern Virginia. Media timeout on the floor. When things continue, Randolph College will get another crack at it. They lead 25-9 over top of the Southern Virginia Knights. Both teams make their way back onto the court. Southern Virginia and head coach Adam Wardenberg looking for a way to get back in this game. 25-9 the score is right now. Randolph College leading early. New faces in though for Southern Virginia. Knights own number 23, George Howe, freshman from Woodbridge, Virginia.
You can imagine in that huddle right there, Coach Wardenberg was telling his Knights they need to limit their turnovers. On 7 turnovers, the Wildcats have 8 points to the Knights' 0 points off turnovers. A difference maker early in this game and can make a huge difference going into the rest.
Quick shot there, great. Brian Smith makes it count.
Another nifty move right there by number 15, Brian Smith, taking advantage of that. Jameer Cross guarding him down low on the block.
Awkward shot by Cross. Somehow gets it to fall. Scoop and score, Jameer Cross.
That was great defense and better offense right there by Jameer Cross. Getting that layup to fall. Contorting his body, floating it up there.
Travel call here on the near side against Evan McKell. Southern Virginia take over on a turnover. Drive by Cross, ends in a charge, drawing that foul, Brian Smith.
Aggressive play right there by Jameer. Brian Smith getting it done on offense, gets it done on defense, takes that charge.
CJ Loving checking to the game for Terren Hairston. So the junior from Madison Heights, Virginia. Back into the game for head coach Pete Hamilton. And Randolph College looking for an opportunity to extend their lead. 27-11 the score right now. Randolph College leading. Easy shot in, Evan McKell.
Evan McKell still shooting 100% from the field, leading all scorers with 8.
Harris gets another shot at it. Running hook, no good. They'll call a travel on Bryson Harris.
Trying to do a little bit too much on the post there. Forces up a tough shot and gets called for the traveling.
A slew of turnovers so far for the Southern Virginia Knights as Bryson Harris and George Howe come off the floor. Ricky Stafford and Aaron Levitt come in for them. 26 seconds on the shot clock. 10 minutes left to go here in the first half. Smith with it, guarded by Jameer. McKell shot. That one finds its way into the bucket. Evan McKell, sophomore from Dumfries, lighting it up.
Evan McKell shooting a perfect 4 for 4 with 11 points on the day, coming out to a hot start.
Step back 3 by Stafford, that off the front iron. Southern Virginia fast break.
Good steal right there in transition by number 5, Ricky Stafford, setting up his offense, knowing he needs to calm his Knights down if they want to get back into this game.
Armstrong step back. Off the front iron. Levitt fighting for it.
Good defensive rebound right there by number 20, CJ Loving. Looking to get a part of this scoring action.
Easy bucket down low, Jerry Goodman.
5'10 sophomore earns those points in the paint, drawing a little contact, fighting through it for the easy bucket.
Stafford gets it back. Tough defense by McKell. Stafford, deep 3 won't count. Picked up by Levitt. Foul call on the play. It looks like it will go on Avery Payne. Indeed it will. Avery Payne Jr. from Charlotte, North Carolina, gets his first foul of the game.
Now that's an effort rebound right there by Aaron Levitt, fighting for every opportunity he can get to touch that basketball. Draws the foul, keep it with Knights ball.
Aaron Levitt, only a freshman from Orem, Utah, getting that one to count. Stafford inbound. Knights down 34-11. Stafford's three. That one off the front iron yet again. Rebound, Justin Dula.
3 quick three-point attempts from Ricky Stafford, getting none of them to drop.
Travel on A.J. Marshall turns it back over to the Knights. A number of turnovers so far for both teams. 6 for the Wildcats, 9 for the Knights. Levitt inbounding. Reach-in foul, A.J. Marshall.
Smart play right there by Ricky Stafford, drawing that foul far away from the basket, turning his back, knowing that aggressive pressure is going to lead to a foul if he keeps in control.
Second foul on Marshall. Now checking into the game, Bryce Hall, freshman from Franklin County. So Hall in the game for head coach Pete Hamilton. Skylar, right now the Knights down 34-11. Haven't been able to find their offense, but the defense starting to tighten up for the Knights. Much different from what we saw in the first couple of minutes.
Seem to be settling down a little bit from the start of the game.
Final 5 seconds to the shot clock. Stafford's three. That one had no hope. Shot clock violation on the Southern Virginia Knights. Media timeout on the floor. Southern Virginia down 34-11. That last shot clock violation is just the latest of whatever the slew of turnovers so far for the Southern Virginia Knights.
Obvious frustration by the Knights as they try to crawl their way back into this game. They need to focus on getting the ball near the basket, getting some of the bigger guys involved, as well as limit these easy buckets they're giving up on the opposite end of the court. As we see Bryson Harris about to move back in, as well as Jameer Cross, looking to defend the basket, I'm assuming.
We just saw Bryson Harris check into the game for the Southern Virginia Knights. Was joined by Jameer Cross and Quincy Jones, as well as number 24, Calvin Simmons, freshman from Longmont, Colorado. So 4 new Knights in for Southern Virginia. The only one standing from the previous squad will be Trey Dill.
Trey Dill's getting it done for the Knights right now.
Southern Virginia need to find a way to gain their composure. Down 34-11. We said it once, we'll continue to say it. 7 minutes and 44 seconds left to go in the first half. Randolph take the floor. Coach Adam Wardenberg taking his time with his team. Bryce Hall takes it up for Randolph. Quick shot. That one off the front iron. It'll stay with the Wildcats. Hall inbounding. Brian Smith. Offensive rebound leads. Foul shot opportunities now coming for
CJ Living camping out on the block there. Nobody puts a body on him. Leads to the easy offensive board. Looking to get 2 points at the line here. extend this 23-point lead.
Swarming the passing lanes against Southern Virginia Knights.
Absolutely. Knights need to look more to do ball fakes and head fakes and anything to take advantage of this aggressive defense they're seeing right now from Randolph.
Coming just for low. Easy lay-in. And Justin Lowe. Hey, pistol double! Pistol double! Nosy drop. That one's up off. Big rebound, Bill.
Randolph making the Knights earn everything in the paint right now. Trey Dill, source of offense for the Knights, heads to the line to knock these two down.
Trey Dill to the line, shooting two. Trey Dill now to shoot two. Dill, a sophomore from Dietrich, Idaho, formerly playing at Dietrich High School. Led the Knights in rebounds last year.
Randolph is getting it done offensively all around the court. 17 bench points already in this first half from Randolph, as well as 6 steals. That full court pressure is getting it done for Randolph College.
Dill's second shot, good. That pass from Hall goes long. Trey Dill again to inbound. Trey Dill, sophomore from Dietrich, Idaho. Led the team last year in rebounds.
Unlucky call right there for Jameer, who's fighting for that rebound. Ball goes to Randolph.
And number 31, Jerry Goodman.
So Brian Smith checking through the game for the Randolph College Wildcats. Sam Armstrong and Ricky Stafford. We're going to come back in for the Knights. Shot no good by Dula. Picked up now. Cross. Missed opportunity by Jameer Cross. Here come the Wildcats.
Jameer Cross right there, taking advantage of the open court. Tries to go left hand, tries to use his right, can't get it done. Back to loose ball over here, forces a backcourt. Knights take it out of bounds. Number 23 subbing in for the Knights, George Howe. Number 24, Calvin Siemens into inbound for the Knights right now. 5 minutes left in this first half. Knights looking to put some points on the board.
Rebound by Dula. Foul call against the Knights.
Open look right there for Calvin Siemens. Can't get it to drop. Seems to be the story of the night right now for the Knights. Ball goes to Randolph with 5 left in this first half.
Travel call on Tyron Hairston. Sophomore from Kennersville. Taking a trip around the world, 38-12.
Trying to do a little bit too much there was number 11, Silas Slaughter. Takes it to the rim, gets called for that travel on that Euro step.
Ball stripped away by the Wildcats. Foul call on Knights 5, Ricky Stafford, Trey Dill will check into this game. He comes in.
Great pump fake right there by number 5, Zach Hinton. Gets into the lane, easy layup, through pressure, through contact, gets it done. We got a foul right now on number 11, Tyron Hairston. Sends number 5, Ricky Stafford, to the line. That aggressive pressure is leading to fouls. Knights need to take advantage of every opportunity they can get at the free throw line right now.
Stafford at the line to shoot 2 for the Knights.
Checking into the game for Randolph, number 0, Evan McCall.
Your play-by-play, I gotta go.
Little problem with the shot clock now. Getting it set up before Ricky takes this first free throw. Randolph College taking care of business, shooting 66% on 24 shots right now. Comparable to 20% on the other end by the Knights. Looking to turn things around right now. And on his fourth three-point attempt, Ricky Stafford gets that one to go. Gets that three-point to drop. He's been waiting for that one. Let's hope that can lead to more. He's firing up his teammates right now as Randolph sets up in this half-court defense right now. Quick attempt at a three by Brian Smith leads to another offensive rebound by Randolph. Quickly put right back in for 2 points. Foul right there on the drive. Number 23, Jor Howe, takes it into the rack with that right hand. Fouled by number 55, Avery Prane, playing center for Randolph College. The junior, the 6'9 junior out of Charlotte, North Carolina, picks up the foul. Timeout, media. Right now, the Randolph College Wildcats are taking advantage of almost every category. Points off turnovers, 17 points right now. That's the difference maker, comparable to SVU's 0. 19 points off the bench for Randolph. This Randolph College is blessed by 11 returning players from last year's squad. 9 new guys coming in, taking care of business. The on-ball pressure seems relentless, and the Knights need to find an answer for it going into the rest of this game. Head coach Pete Hamilton is getting it done. They want to play fast. They want to play physical. It's leading to fouls, but it's leading to results right now with this impressive 42 to 15-point lead.
Both teams make their way back onto the floor. Randolph College up 42 to 15. here in this game. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in the first half.
George Howe to the free throw line, coming out of the timeout.
First shot for Howe. Falls off to the right side of the rim. He will get another crack at it. Over 2 from the line. Will stay with the Knights. Some confusion with the referee. Will be a foul call in the play. Foul call goes on Tyron Hairston. His second foul of the night. It'll send Trey Dill to the line.
6'3" sophomore gets called for a little bit of a push there on the free throw as Bryson Harris tries to get position.
RJ Walker checks in for Hairston. Walker, a freshman from Bristow, Virginia. Trey Dill. That one off the front of the rim. Tied up, will be a jump ball. Possession error in the way of the Knights.
Good effort right there by George Howe to force that jump ball, keeping that ball on our side, giving us another possession with 3 minutes left in this game, in this first half.
Checking the ball in, Ricky Stafford. Stafford, freshman from Orem, Utah. Quick three by Armstrong. That one just off the back iron. It'll stay with the Knights. Trey Dill just able to get up high enough to hit that one off the hands of what looked like RJ Walker.
Open look right there for Sam Armstrong. Just can't quite get it down. Knights get another chance thanks to Trey Dill.
Dill shot no good.
And another, but still cannot get the friendly bounce. Randolph pushes in transition.
Dump off the duo, blocked by Howe. Another block by Howe.
Extra effort paying off for George Howe right now.
Stafford's three no good, picked up again by Bryson Harris. Poor pass right into the back of the head.
Great defense right there by Evan Mackel. Not even looking, throws his arms in the air, knowing, suspecting that the pass was coming. Gets it done for the turnover for Randolph.
Just off the front of the iron. Stafford. Cutting into the basket. Cut the double team, Trey Dill.
Great play right there by Trey. Going through contact, knowing he's going to get hit. Taking that shot, knocking it down for the Knights. Doing everything offensively for the Knights right now.
Can't leave him open. That one, luckily, off the back of the iron for the Knights. Mackel doesn't miss many of those. Dill's three. Okay, it goes off the feet of RJ Walker. Cross and Quincy Jones check in for Ricky Stafford and Bryson Harris.
Let's go execute!
George Howe. Three by Jones. That'll fall. Counted as a three.
Great pull-up jumper right there by Quincy off the ball screen. Leads to a quick travel. Saw it earlier in the girls' game. Dragged that back foot. Knights are rallying behind this momentum. down 22 in this first half with 1 minute left. Looking to build momentum going into halftime.
Looking to build that momentum. Now ball with Quincy Jones. See what the junior from Atlanta, Georgia, gets started on the offensive side for the Knights.
Quincy seems to be handling the majority of the ball handling. The responsibility with Ricky on the bench.
Corner three, Armstrong. Just off the back iron. Howe able to get it. And puts it off the glass. George Howe. Timeout, Pete Hamilton.
Great offensive rebound right there by George Howe. He is playing effort on offense and effort on defense. He is showing grit right now, getting it done. Nothing really going for them. He is getting the ball into the basket, which is all you can ask for a guy off the bench. Impressive play so far from George Howe.
Well, from what we've seen from George Howe so far, he came into the season touted as a high flyer, showing you right there, getting the vertical, getting up, and getting the offensive rebound.
The 6'2 freshman from Woodbridge, Virginia is playing out of the gym. He is jumping out of this stadium right now. It is awesome to see him athletically make those rebounds over much taller athletes.
Randolph looked to bring the ball up on the Southern Virginia Knights. 42-22 is the score. A minute and 13 seconds left in the first half. Jerry Goodman. Brian Smith and Jerry Goodman lined up as the guards. Outside, Hinton. That'll belong to the Knights.
You see, the Knights right now have switched their defensive state into a 2-3 zone. I think the reason they're doing it is they're trying to eliminate those ball screens that they have been taking advantage of all day. So far, so good as they're forcing quick shots.
Final minute of the first half. Wildcats get it back. They'll call it a foul call on Sam Armstrong. Justin Dula driving in. Now we'll go to the line.
Ref said he grabbed him before the block there. Could have gone either way. Ref awards Randolph.
So Dula, the 6'5 junior from Taylorsville, North Carolina, lines up at the line to shoot two. First one finds its way in. One more to go. Off the front iron, Howe comes down with it. Three by Cross. How does he do that? Howe comes down with another one. Jones. Floater goes in for Quincy Jones. 10 seconds left in the first.
Impressive floater right there as we go towards the end of the half. Trey Dill comes up with a steal.
Final second. Knights couldn't get a shot off. First half ends. Randolph Wildcats 43, Southern Virginia Knights 24.
Impressive floater right there by Quincy. Taking to the lane, jump stop, putting it over the taller defender. He's getting it done. I'd like to see him be just as, if not more aggressive in this second half. Compared to the very start of the first half, I would say Knights playing way more aggressive, rallying behind the momentum they had at the end of that first half. Coming back, scoring more points towards the end. Very, very good to see.
And Southern Virginia in that game started to pick up as the half went on. But Randolph Wildcats coming out extremely strong. Turnovers really being the story for the Knights so far.
Absolutely. It's kind of even, 12-11. The difference maker right now is Randolph is taking advantage of all of those turnovers and putting them straight into points. 6 second chance points, 19 bench points, and a bunch of points off of turnovers. 18 compared to the Knights, 2.
That could be the difference maker. Points off turnovers, making the most and executing on those opportunities. We'll see if first-year head coach Adam Wardenberg facing off against Pete Hamilton can get their respective squads to execute and commit. Randolph Wildcats 43, Southern Virginia Knights 24. Stay tuned right here on KSN. Welcome back to our coverage of NCAA Division III men's basketball as the Southern Virginia Knights play host to the Randolph College Wildcats. Chris Fowler alongside Skylar Johnson. Skylar score stands right now. Randolph College Wildcats 43, Southern Virginia Knights 24. Randolph coming out extremely strong, and Southern Virginia having a hard time slowing them down.
Initially, it was the on-ball pressure. Then it was the traps. SVU is taking their time now, and they're getting the ball across the court. You saw them doing that at the end of that first half. They're looking to do that as well. The number one thing that changed the momentum in this game, SVU elected to change their defense into a bit of a 2-3 zone action without traps, just to focus on keeping the paint protected. You could see it had an instant help, effect really quick as momentum began to shift. SVU is fired up and looking to try to get this game back into their favor in the second half.
We'll see what Coach Adam Werderberg has in store up his sleeves for the Southern Virginia Knights. Like you said, moving to that 2-3 zone, using the fundamentals of basketball, the purest form of the game. Pay dividends for the Knights. They still have quite the hill to climb. Down 43-24. Head coach Pete Hamilton of Randolph surely implying the winning formula.
Randolph was showing fast tempo very early. SVU decided, hey, let's choose our own tempo. Let's get them to run a different type of offense, maybe something they're not super comfortable with.
Rebound, Trey Dill. Leading scorer for Randolph so far in this game, Evan Mackel. 11-point shooting, 3 of 4 from beyond the arc. Dill drive, no good, gets it back.
Trey Dill being very, very aggressive with the basketball. He needs to consistently do that, and we need to see that from other Knights players on the court. It cannot be just Trey going to the hoop. We need to see more offense from Ricky, from Sam Armstrong, as well as many others.
Foul call right there, Bryson Harris.
Just like that, a very aggressive move by Bryson Harris sends him to the line. He needs to be doing that every chance he can while he is on the floor.
Bryson Harris to the line, shooting 2.
Bryson Harris goes to the line to shoot 2. Skylar, something we've seen so far from Bryson Harris. Soon he gets the ball down to that low block. Always double team, instantly, maybe even triple team. Be interesting if Coach Adam Wernerberg plays through him to open up the shooters.
It'll absolutely open the shooters, but he's looking to score. He's going to turn around, he's going to take that contact and get himself to the line and knock down free throws. Going into this second half, we are going to have opportunities at the free throw line, and we need to take advantage of it every chance we can. We cannot leave points open.
Foul line not been the friend for the Southern Virginia Knights so far in this season, however. Wildcats moving it around.
SVU shooting a 63% from the free throw line, and tonight shooting a 33%.
Gotta get
Need to
those
turn
numbers.
that around if we want to get back into this game.
And definitely something throughout the season you expect the Knights to get better at those foul shots. Southern Virginia foul there. Bryson Harris picking up his first of the game. Gives it back to the Randolph College Wildcats. But Skylar, free throw is one of those things. It's just a matter of repetition.
Absolutely. It's free throws. They're free. They need to take advantage of every opportunity they can get, especially when we do all the work to get the free throw.
Jerry Goodman, sophomore from Suffolk, Virginia, laying down the 3.
Foul zone number 31, Jerry Goodman, his first personal 17 foul.
Jerry Goodman hits the 3 and then picks up his first foul of the game.
Wildcats are going to be aggressive, and that's going to lead to fouls. SVU needs to match that aggressiveness and then knock down our free throws.
Dill's 3, that'll count.
Count it. Trey Dill pulls up and knocks down the open 3. He needs to continue to stroke those the rest of the game, as well as opening up the bigs inside when they get those guards out guarding the perimeter. Another thing this 2-3 zone is going to do, it's going to allow us to slow down the tempo and save our strength for offense. As we can see, Randolph doesn't seem to have an answer for it right now.
Pass inside, looking for Bryson Harris. Instead, the Wildcats strip the ball away Ricky Stafford.
Ricky Williams. Ricky Stafford instantly gets that ball back after the turnover by just taking the ball from the offender going to the hole.
Ricky Stafford, you call him Ricky Williams. Maybe a new nickname in store ahead for Stafford. Dill at the corner. They'll say Dill stepped out of bounds. Turned back over to the Wildcats. Good old Ricky Williams, you know.
Oh, Ricky Williams.
Inbounding the ball now, C.J. Loving gives it to Jerry Goodman, and the Wildcats start the offensive attack. Hinson's corner three. Tip in no good. Big Bryson Harris brings it down.
Now that's what you want the 2-3 zone to do. You want it to force a quick, bad shot, get that ball back into transition, and hold the ball on our court. SVU Knights court.
Bryson Harris puts it up for two. Taken away.
Another impressive steal right there for Ricky Stafford. He understands this zone. He understands what they're going to have to do to beat it, and he has taken advantage of every opportunity he has. He's a 6'2 guy playing that post position on that 2-3 zone, and he's doing a good job at it.
Harris couldn't get that one to fall off the feed from Cross.
Great feed, just couldn't get that ball to drop.
Hinton gets it to drop, and one. Foul call. Foul call will go against Knights' Ricky Stafford.
Number 5, Ricky Stafford.
Quincy Jones checks in for Stafford.
Second team
Tough call right there as he was going to the hoop. Ricky gets caught reaching for the ball there, trying to get away with what he got last time, stripping the ball.
Senior from Manassas, Virginia, Zach Hinton at the line to make a count for three. 48-30, 18-point game. Hinton an opportunity to make it a 19-point game. That he does. 49-30. In for the game now for Randolph, Evan McKell and Avery Payne check in for Hinton and C.J. Loving.
Evan McKell checks in, leading Randolph with 11 points, right behind Zach Hinton's 8. Scoring really spread out for Randolph.
Leading scoring right now for the Knights is Trey Dill with 8 at the end of the first. Harris goes up strong. Call the foul. Send him to the line.
foul zone number 1,
A.J. Marshall gets called for the foul.
I said it earlier, Bryson Harris draws that double team on the block and still attacks the basket, and that's what's putting him on the line, and that's what's crawling SVU back in, is knocking down free throws and putting the ball in the paint.
Media timeout. When things get back underway, it will be Knights' Bryson Harris. What a showing from him so far in the second half. The Knights have keyed the big center.
Absolutely, the big man is doing work down there, getting it done. In 12 minutes in the first half, put down 2 points, 2 blocks, and is already getting it done in the second half, putting points on the board.
He's already doubled his point outing so far in the opening 5 minutes here of the second half. Head coach Adam Wernerberg trying to get his team back in, and the great spirit squad of SVU trying to get the crowd into this game. The barn packed. 49-30. Southern Virginia still find themselves down by 19. Both Coach Pete Hamilton and Adam Wernerberg taking time, getting their players back onto the court. Crucial possessions coming for the Knights. Number 10, Aaron Levitt, freshman from Orem, Utah, checks in for sophomore Trey Dill. As Bryson Harris lines up for these free throws. Just off front of the iron for Harris.
6'8" freshman center needs to get these free throws to fall for the remainder of the game because this is not going to be the last time he goes to the line.
Second one doesn't fall either, off the back iron. No points on that trip to the line. Southern Virginia's Bennett Canlin looking to check in for head coach Adam Wurtenberg. Brian Smith. That one will fall for Smith. 10 points so far in the game for Brian Smith. Jones's drive. That one hit away by McKell. Cross. Knights couldn't get it back.
Open look for the Knights, just can't fall for Jameer. Good look, needs to continue to take those in the future.
Wide open down the low block. Justin Dula gets it done. Jones. Harris couldn't get that one to fall.
Contact down there on the block, but not enough to draw the whistle. As the Knights set back up into this 2-3 zone that they've been working.
Mismatch down low blocks. Avery Payne, 6'9" junior, easily over top of 6' senior Jameer Cross. 56-30.
6'9" junior, biggest player on the roster right there for Randolph, getting it done in the post.
Drive by Jones. Scoop no good. Avery Payne comes down with it. Another easy point, that time for Smith off the feed from Dula. 12-point run so far for the Randolph College Wildcats.
Justin Dula right there with the impressive rebound and then the quick feed for the bucket. Doing work down there in the post among the big fellas.
58-30 and a host of Knights checking into the game. George Howe, Calvin Simmons, and Trey Dill all making their way to the scores table to check in for this game. The first time we'll see Knights number 30, Bennett Canlin. Bennett Canlin, a senior from Carlisle, Pennsylvania, formerly playing at Carlisle High School. Played all 4 of his collegiate years here at Southern Virginia University. He, much like George Howe, known as one of those high flyers.
Absolutely. You've seen him jump out of the gym to get the boards. We need to see more defensive pressure. We need to see more offensive rebounds, second chance points, anything we can do to get points on the board.
Both coaches looking to make the most of this timeout. Leading scorer right now for Randolph, Brian Smith with 12. Just took over from Evan Mackel with 11. Zach Hinton himself with 8. Right now, Randolph College Wildcats hitting the threes when they're given them.
Absolutely. It's what's keeping them, ahead, keeping them ahead of the game. Knights not looking to shoot as many threes, looking to move the ball inside. Randolph's taking advantages and knocking those threes down.
Trey Dill inbound. Stafford also checking back into the game for the Knights. So an all-new squad in for Southern Virginia. Dill's 3. Got it! Trey Dill.
Something we've been seeing tonight. Trey Dill, full confidence, knocking down those threes. He needs to continue to do that. I'd like to see him be more aggressive every time he touches that basketball.
Dula down low. Still with Dula. Easy give up to Payne.
Another impressive pass right there in the post by Justin Dula. Getting it done. They're all drawn towards him, and he's giving it up for easy buckets.
George Howe couldn't get that one to fall. A host of Knights coming down with that one. It will be a travel against Southern Virginia. Avery Payne shaking up on that last play.
It seemed we had 3 Knight defenders all grab the rebound at the same time. Somebody needs to communicate, call for that ball. It leads to the traveling on all 3.
60-33 the score right now. 12 and a half minutes left to go in the game. AJ Marshall takes the ball up after some housekeeping. Here come the Wildcats. Foul call on the play against George Howe. George taking a hard foul, but it will be against Howe.
Seemed to have taken a shot to the nose there on that foul right there. Still on the ground, grabbing on that nose.
Will be the second foul against Howe. And when action continues, will be 2 shots for the Randolph College Wildcats. Howe gets back on his feet on his own. Love to see that so early in the season.
Absolutely. It's the worst taking full contact on that and still getting called for that foul. He'll be feeling that.
Players make their way back onto the court. Jameer Cross checks in for the injured Howe. Justin Lowe at the line for Randolph. Lowe's first shot goes off left. Second one falls in for Lowe. 61-33, 12 minutes left to go here in the second. Cross. Cross into Canlin. Cross comes up with it. Nothing doing on the shot.
Got a decent look there in the paint after the scramble. Just can't get it to fall.
So after the Randolph turnover, it will be Southern Virginia ball, but not before a media timeout. Takes his way onto the floor. Skyler, big differential right now in points, 61-33. We saw Southern Virginia start to mount a comeback there. What happened with the Wildcats to really give them the edge?
It seemed they figured out the 2-3. The pressure was not enough, and they started getting those buckets we saw in the paint. They started getting those again in the second half. The Knights need to find something positive to build on for the rest of this game. They need to focus on taking care of the ball and putting the ball in the hoop in the paint. Focus on getting these young bucks involved and confident around the rim.
And in terms of the offensive strategy, we saw what they were trying to do at the beginning of the second half. Send it in to Bryson Harris. Let him do the dirty work down there. Let him get some foul calls. With Bryson Harris out, what do you expect Coach Adam Wernerberg to do with a smaller lineup?
See, that's exactly it. What do you expect? You need them to get into the paint without Bryson on the floor. You want to see these younger guys take them off the dribble and go to the rim. It's something we haven't really seen much from anybody other than Trey Dill. Trey still needs to be attacking the ball both at the perimeter and at the rim. We need to see more offense from both Jameer and Sam Armstrong. Ricky is handling the ball really well. He needs to attack and get some points in the paint as well.
All 4 of those players you mentioned are lining up the court for the Southern Virginia Knights. Bennett Canlin rounding out at that final forward position. Trey Dill to inbound. And right now Randolph applying that full court pressure. taken away by McKell. Poked out by Canlin. They'll call a foul on Canlin. That'll send Evan McKell to the line to shoot 2.
Body contact right there in transition as he was trying to get back for the strip. Kind of an awkward play. Leads to 2 fouls. Leads to 2 shots. I mean.
Kell's first shot goes in. Jerry Goodman checks in for head coach Pete Hamilton and Randolph. And Aaron Levitt comes in for Bennett Canlin. Scoop and score, Jameer Cross.
Jameer must have heard me during the break right there. He takes his defender right off the dribble, gets to the rim and puts it in. It looked almost too easy.
Floater no good, but brought back down by the Knights. Knights in transition. Crosses corner 3. Just comes off.
Great pass right there from Ricky. No look. Got it to Jameer in the corner. Just couldn't get it to fall.
They'll say it's a foul call down on the baseline. Foul call against Tyron Hairston. CJ Loving and Brian Smith check into the game for head coach Pete Hamilton and Randolph College. Southern Virginia inbounding. Ricky Stafford. Levitt came down with it. Levitt jumping into the stands to keep it alive. Southern Virginia still in the attack.
A lot of contact right there. No whistle. Knights come out on top with the ball, looking to get some points out of this possession.
Stafford's 3. Just in and out. Rebound low.
Good move right there with the step back, creating separation. Just can't get that friendly bounce. He's seen a lot of that, almost too much of that tonight. In and out.
Loving with the ball. Foul call against Southern Virginia's Aaron Levitt. So the freshman from Orrin picks up his second. CJ Loving drawing the foul down there on the low block. Doesn't fall in for Goodman. Cross and the Knights in transition. Cross. Armstrong. Got it!
And just like that, he takes the man off the dribble. We get an offensive rebound, and it opens up a shooter for an easy 3. Sam Armstrong with that clean, pure stroke knocks in that 3.
Step back low. Nothing doing on that one. Picked up by Dill.
Trey is just doing it all for the Knights right now, getting it done on that side of the board.
Ricky Stafford's drive won't end in a bucket, but he will get an opportunity at the line. Brian Smith, senior from Dumfries, Virginia, picks up his personal foul, sends the freshman Stafford to the line to shoot 2.
Ricky being a lot more aggressive right now. He needs to keep that up going into the rest of this game.
Just short on the first. Hinton makes his way back into this game for head coach Pete Hamilton. Second one goes in for Stafford.
Knights right now shooting 5 of 16 for the free throw line. a dismal 31%. Definitely looking to build and get better at that throughout the rest of this season and throughout the rest of this game.
Southern Virginia still brings it down. Stafford. Crosses three. Got it! And just like that, the Knights trying to work their way back in it.
Jameer finally gets one to go off the beautiful assist by number 10, Aaron Levitt, the 6'5 freshman. Hit him with a jump pass, got it out to the corner for Jameer. We saw Jameer miss one just barely a few minutes ago. Gets that one to go. A lot of momentum right now for the Southern Virginia Knights.
Justin Jula checks back into the game for Randolph College. Levitt, the freshman from Orem, to inbound.
Also in the debut for the Randolph, number 0, Evan McCall.
They'll call that an offensive foul on Stafford.
Tough call right there on the dribble move by Ricky. Defender gets in good position and flies and jumps like he got hit by a truck, and he gets the call. Good defense right there.
63-42, Randolph College still leading. 8.5 minutes left to go. Dula, scoop and score. Justin Dula.
Great move right there. Jump stop, getting away from the defender.
Cross pull-up. That just off the left iron, picked up by Dula. Here come the Wildcats.
Great ball handling right there for Jameer to get open. Just couldn't get it to fall.
Drive McKell. Taken away, Aaron Levitt.
Great steal by Aaron right there to adjust midair to catch the redirected
Stafford.
pass.
Armstrong's three. That off the left.
Good open look right there. Shooter's got to shoot. He needed to take that one, just couldn't get it to fall. Easy bucket down the lane for Randolph.
Hinton drives in, no one in his path, lays it up for an easy deuce. Southern Virginia looking for an answer on offense, had a hard time in the last couple of possessions. Pass for Stafford looking for Dill, instead found Justin Dula. Knights again forced to defend. Smith's pull up. That'll fall for the senior Brian Smith.
With that, Brian Smith is the leading scorer for Randolph with 14, knocking down shots from all over the court.
Right now, Randolph College shooting 50%. Really, the story of the game, Southern Virginia's poor shooting up to this point. 14 of 51 so far in the game, hitting only 27.5% of their shots. Hitting 7 from 26 from 3. So when your field goal percentage and your three-point percentage are right there in the same number, something's got to change.
Definitely taking better shots. We've seen the Knights force up a lot of shots, and is that due to the great defense? Absolutely. They are being pressured, and it is very physical in the paint, and it's forcing the Knights to take not the greatest shots, and you can see that reflected in the field goal percentage.
Free throws also a big concern so far for the Knights, only hitting 5 of 16, 31.3% for all you mathematicians out there. Randolph College hitting 50, 40, 80, 50% from the field, 40% from 3, and 80% from the foul line, 8 of 10 from the charity stripe. Southern Virginia makes their way back onto the court.
You tack on those 11 missed free throws right there, and we have ourselves a game, and the Knights are right in it. Knights need to focus right now on not making these same mistakes that they've been making all game and finishing out this game as best they can.
Quincy Jones checked into the game, joining him Bryson Harris as well as Calvin Simmons. New faces for the Knights, Avery Payne, a new face in for the Wildcats. Jones tripped up by Avery Payne.
We've been seeing them hedge those ball screens all day. Avery Payne just gets a little bit of that hip action, causes Quincy to stumble a little bit, drawing the foul.
Jones takes over the point guard duties. Jones' drive, kicks it out. Simmons three, got it!
That right there is another one type mentality right there. That is the second time we've seen Aaron Levitt pass on an open shot to get a better shot. That and one mentality, get that open three knocked down.
Coach Adam Wartenberg always likes to instill the championship mentality. It's a staple of what we saw in the women's program last year. Breaking every huddle by saying the word champion, looking to play that way.
You can hear him talking to his players, telling them, talk, you need to communicate on defense. These players are moving very fast, and our players need to talk. They need to communicate on the court, whether it's defense or offense. They need to be talking. You can hear that echoed throughout his huddle between him and his assistant coach, Daniel Ray.
Communication the key for head coach Adam Wartenberg. Drive by Jones. Jones gets it in through the contact.
Taking his man off the dribble and going to the rim. It's what it needs to do. We need to see that from all of the Knights right now on the court.
The baby hook finds its way in. Justin Dula. Simmons three. Doesn't get that one to count. Brought down by Dula. McKell. That one out for the back iron. Brought down by Cross and the Knights. Cross's three. Streaky shooting right now for the Southern Virginia Knights. Having a hard time making it count.
Good steal right there from Aaron Levin in transition. Make sure he's paying attention as they try to take advantage of some sleepy defenders.
Under 5 minutes left to go in this game. Levitt's three. That one bounces around but bounces out.
Story of the night for the Knights.
Dula guarded by Simmons. Dula's hook. That one finds its way in.
Back-to-back baby hooks for the junior from Taylorsville, North Carolina.
Hard foul against Cross. We'll say it's on the floor.
Foul is on number 55, Avery Payne, his fourth personal.
With that seventh foul for the Wildcats, the Knights will be shooting free throws the remainder of this game.
That last foul call goes to number 55, junior Avery Payne. So the 6'9" forward from Charlotte, North Carolina, picks up his fourth. Give Jameer Cross a one-on-one opportunity. When we come back from this media timeout, we see Trey Dill checking in for head coach Adam Wartenberg's squad. If there's a chance for a comeback for the Southern Virginia team, it starts right now. Down 73-47. Armstrong checking into the game as well.
The Knights are actually winning the rebound battle right now, 39-35. The biggest difference right now is that offensive rebounds. We are getting 18, and it is not leading to points. Biggest difference is our shooting percentage. We are struggling in all aspects of shooting that basketball. In the home opener, that is not what you like to see, especially in your house. The Knights need to get that switched around for the remainder of this game. Start knocking down some shots.
Could be just a sense of nerve because you look at the stats and they're all basically similar, 16 turnovers apiece. The points off turnovers is quite the story, though. Randolph, 23 points off of the Knights, 16 turnovers. Knights only managed 1 bucket from the 16 turnovers of the Wildcats. Rebounds, like you said, Knights winning that. It's just a matter of shooting. Knights in the high 20s, low 30s in every category, including free throws.
And frankly, that's just not how you get it done. You got to put the ball in the basket at the end of the day. That's what basketball is all about.
New faces in for head coach Adam Wardenberg. This includes Quentin Acree, sophomore from Tampa, Florida, formerly playing at William Penn University.
First time he's seen some action tonight. Looking forward to seeing what he can do.
Crosses first off the back iron on the one-on-one opportunity. Shooting numbers get worse. Maybe now, though, for Cross. No good on the first, but good on the second opportunity. Two steals for Cross. Maybe now for Jameer. Can't get an easy layup. Easy tip in for Trey Dill. Timeout. Pete Hamilton.
Back-to-back pickpocketing scores. Looking a little Bobby Joe Hill-esque right there. Getting the ball to the rim. Can't get on that first opportunity. Luckily, Trey Dill's there to clean it up and knock it down.
So 4 easy points in simply 10 seconds coming for the Knights. Need more of that. Down 73-51 with 3.5 minutes left to go here in this game. Knights line up. Trey Dill, Aaron Levitt, Sam Armstrong, Jameer Cross, and Quentin Acree. And right now, if you're guard Bryce Hall of Randolph, Jameer Cross has just picked your pocket twice. You're still bringing the ball up. It's got to be weighing on your mind.
Yeah, absolutely. You saw the frustration in his eyes. He's not going to let that happen again. Number 12, Quentin Acree picking him up full court.
Trey Dill stripped it away from Dula. It'll stay with the Wildcats, however. What work, though, from Dill?
Absolutely. Had that ball right at his waist, and Trey said, give me that, and he took it.
Something we haven't seen so far. When Justin Dula has the ball down in low blocks, a player really contests him to that extent.
Absolutely, yeah. Trey was sick of the baby hook and wanted that basketball.
That one will fall in. Impressive move for the junior Justin Dula.
Impressive reversal right there.
That gives Dula 11 points on the game. Crosses drive. Up and in.
Impressive move right there. Jameer is getting it done right now for the Knights.
Foul call against Knights newbie Quentin Acree.
Quentin Acree, his first personal, 18th foul.
Sends Bryce Hall to the line to shoot 2. Excuse me, 1-on-1 now for Hall. Also in for the game is Brandon Schlick, senior from Virginia Beach. Hall makes the first one count. Opportunity now on shot number 2. Hall. That one falls in as well for the sophomore. Excuse me, the freshman. Acree taking over the point guard duties for head coach Adam Wardenberg. Armstrong taking a shot to the eye. No foul call. Scoop and score, Sam Armstrong.
Beautiful finger roll right down the middle of the lane, taking his defender off the dribble. Need to see the Knights do that for the remainder of the game. Be aggressive.
Great defense by Levitt on Hall. Low shot. That one sneaks its way in. Justin Lowe. Basket good, R.J. Walker. Despite being up 81-55 with a minute and 50 seconds left to go in this game, Randolph still running the full court press.
Showing no breaks right now, all gas. Being relentless to the end. 19 to take it.
Number 22, Bryce Hall, his second. Sam Armstrong to the line, shooting 3.
Armstrong to the line, fouled on the three-point opportunity. Makes the first. Second one falls as well for Armstrong.
Randolph, number 3, Tramal Cash.
Tramal Cash, freshman from Lynchburg, Virginia. Checking in the game now for Randolph. Armstrong gets 2 out of 3 to count. Foul call against Randolph.
Bit of a loose ball foul right there.
R.J. Walker, the culprit on that one, his first personal of the game. Minute 45 seconds left to go here in this game. Aaron Levitt at the line to shoot 2. One-on-one for Levitt. Gets the first one to fall, Levitt. Good on both, the freshman Levitt. Taken away by Trey Dill. Turnover belongs to Hall. Armstrong's pop shot. That'll fall for Armstrong.
Great pull-up jumper right there at the free throw line.
(61-81), a minute 12.
Both teams fighting hard till the end. No sign of letting up on either side.
Bryce Hall bringing the ball up for Randolph. Hook finds its way in. Brandon Schlick.
6-foot senior gets that to roll from a huge applause from his bench after the shot.
That'll be a foul call against Hall. Came across the face of Jameer Cross. 2 shots now coming for Cross.
Randolph keeps sending Knights to the free throw line almost every possession we're down here.
Jameer Cross, senior from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, lines up to shoot 2. 83-61, Randolph leading. First one falls in for Cross. Second one off the front iron. Schlick. Taken away by Dill. Can't get it to fall. Rebound, Acree. Acree off the glass. Quentin Acree gets his first points of the game.
The 5'7" sophomore in the paint, getting a rebound and then getting a bucket on the fader.
Rebound, Schlick. Shot clock off. Final 10 seconds. Looks like Randolph's just going to watch this one out. enter the final 5. Final horn sounds, final score, Randolph College Wildcats 83, your Southern Virginia Knights 64. A hard, tough matchup. Randolph shooting the lights out, 52% from the field. Dropped down to 36 from 3 and 76.5 from free throws. Southern Virginia struggling on the shooting aspect, but that will change as the season goes on.
Evan Mackel coming off the bench for Randolph, knocking down 2-3 of his free throws, 3 of 6, shooting 50% from the three-point line, giving 13 points for the Wildcats. Doing well as Brian Smith, the obvious contributor, shooting 60%, giving him 14 points, as well as Justin Dula dominating the boards, contributing 11. Knights not able to get it done tonight, fought hard till the end.
Well, Skyler, put yourself in the mindset of head coach Adam Wurtenberg of the Southern Virginia Knights. You saw great things from this Knights team. Great defense, jumping in those passing lanes, just not able to get it done on the offensive end, mainly because of poor shooting. What do you bring into your next game with this young squad?
It's tough. You know, you can't coach to shoot better, you know what I mean? But I would say, going into the next game, you need to keep up with that effort that they showed. The defensive pressure that they faced today was very intense, and they did not handle it very well at the start and then adjusted. If they can go into this next game being able to adjust it to handle it from the start, they'll be looking at a way better result.
Southern Virginia men's basketball's week, however, is not over. They face off against Gettysburg in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. That's an away game November 15th. They travel with the women's basketball team that'll face off against Shenandoah in Christiansburg. Not done for the KSN broadcast team either. Join us November 16th, that's Saturday, as the football team takes on Apprentice on what is their senior day. And following that, November 19th and 20th, women's and men's basketball face-off against Pfeiffer. We thank you so much for joining us on the Knights Sports Network tonight. Final score in this game, Randolph 83, Southern Virginia Knights 64. It'll do it for us here at the barn in Buena Vista. Good night.